Hello, and welcome to Satisfactory. This is a copper train, and its only job is to bring in copper ingots for ourselves, and that's exactly what it's gonna be doing for the foreseeable future. There we go, that's the beautiful copper coming in. And yes, this station is gonna be copper themed, while everything else on this base is going to be as white as aluminium, alumina, whatever. If we look over here, however, it seems like I forgot one crucial ingredient, which is coal. So just give me a second right now. There we go, that's our coal coming right in. Now we can actually focus on playing the game. So the plan over here is fairly simple once more. We need to make Alumina Solution. Alumina Solution requires 180 water per minute. These 3 refineries make enough for 1.5 refineries. But the reason we're doing 3 refineries over here is because 1.5 refineries make 180 water per minute that can then come back over here into this first one. Does that seem complicated to you? Well, it shouldn't be. But just in case it is, I'm right here. But let me just simplify things a little bit. Basically, we only need to feed 2 of these refineries with water, while this third one over here will be fed by the next step. Let me just grab one of these pillars over here. Why did I place a random pillar over here? Is it even right? Yes, it is. It's so white I can't even see. Basically, I need a splitter over here. And the reason I need a splitter is because of this. And then we're just going to connect this with the other 2 refineries. This doesn't count as clipping, by the way. It thinks it's clipping, but it's not really clipping. And finally, you are gonna get the bauxite directly inserted into you. Alright, so that's the bauxite done, as well as the Alumina Solution. We do need to connect some power over here though, because otherwise this place is, not gonna work. Kind of need power to work, guys. So that should be these 2 refineries making the Alumina Solution for us. Let's just use the same trick over here. And this time we're gonna use a merger. You can take all the outputs over here, and this is going to be our silica, while this over here is going to be our Alumina Solution. Now let's just place a refinery over here and take a look at the next recipe that we need to do, which is this one, Aluminium Scrap. This basically needs coal as well as Alumina Solution. However, we only need 2 refineries here, and one of them needs to be at 50%. So this splitter is going to be getting the coal to everything. And you can get the coal from... Oh, I forgot to place this over here. You can get the gold from this place. There we go. That's lovely. Now, in a perfect world, this should be working by now. However, we do not live in a perfect world. So, what's the matter? I simply did not assign the right recipe. Alright, so let's just confirm our ratios. 60 water over here and 120 on this side. You know what that means? That means we are going to have 180 water to go back over here, and this refinery should start working as well. Oh, there's our copper train. We're gonna start using this copper really soon, don't worry about it. Now, let's just have another merger over here, and you can output to the right. And you can just take in this as well as this. Oh my god, no, now that is what I would call clipping. Yeah, we can't have that. So we're just gonna delete this instead and move it from over here. Great, problem solved. Now here's where things get a little bit interesting. You see this recipe over here, it's really simple. However, we do not have enough silica coming in over here. So we first need to convert this quartz over here into silica. But thanks to our amazing blueprint, that is kind of trivial. Oh my god, why is it red? This is disgusting. Oh god. No, we cannot have you red. Guys, I kind of fell through the floor. What's the most difficult part of making this factory? It's making sure that the ground stays a different color than all the buildings. Anyway, the quartz needs to go in here. And all of you need to make quartz crystals. Just kidding, just make silica. Where's that power connector at? I want to be able to fly over here, man. And all of these constructor lights over here should be green, which I believe they are. Oh my god, this is so pretty at night. I want to be here all day, all night. So what this is going to do is it's going to give us a crap ton of silica. However, we're not gonna actually use all of this silica. But we do need to use all of that one, not all of this one. So I have over here a priority merger. You are gonna use the right side with high priority and the left side is gonna be low priority. Let me just connect a sink over here to confirm. The right side should basically drain itself while the left side stays still. And when everything over here runs out, that's when this side should start moving. It looks like it's working perfectly fine, so we don't need to really do anything about it. We can just get rid of this. Now, the only thing left in aluminum is the actual ingots. Where do we do that? Well, for that we need foundries. Foundries are surprisingly tiny compared to everything else that we've handled so far. And we need only 6 of them. Lovely. And I don't really have a blueprint for foundries, now that I think about it. I'm using so much space over here. Oh my god, all of this could have just been in that corner back there. But don't worry, we're gonna use all of this space really soon. Let me just raise the stakes up over here a little bit. And this place is basically gonna have foundries, and not a lot, just 6 for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That really isn't a lot. Okay, and we're just gonna use a basic manifold system over here, which is gonna be like 2 splitters, 2 splitters, and 2 splitters along the way. I think I messed up. Yeah, I did. Just get rid of these. Now, the reason I did it this way is fairly simple. These bottom ones can go like this, and the top one can go straight. It thinks it's clipping. It's not really. And of course, we need to connect them with each other as well. And I know I have torches, but the game looks pretty without it, okay? Now, you over here can just connect with that. Oh my god, that is hideous. Why did I ever think that would look pretty? There we go. That's much better. And let me just find the connection over here, which is this guy, right? Oh yeah. And you need to connect with the top one over there. Beautiful. So that's going to be the aluminum scrap going in. And now you can just make aluminum ingots. And of course, where would we be if we couldn't merge all of this input? So let's just place the mergers exactly like we did the splitters. And let's also connect all of these together. There we go. And finally, we need to power you guys up. I think a single pole back here should suffice, because the pole can have 7 connections and I only have 6 foundries over here. You know what that means? That means we're gonna go up and away, and we're gonna find a power pole over here. There we go. Now that should be our first aluminum ingots being made. Oh my god, that was quick. I love it. And that's our aluminum ingots done. However, the factory over here would be really sad, and those 3 train stations you see, the freight stations, sorry, those would be completely useless if I were to just export aluminum ingots as is. Because while aluminum ingots are useful for a lot of different things, their primary use is when they're creating other stuff, such as the Alclad Aluminium Sheet and the Aluminum Casing. And yes, we will still be exporting aluminum ingots, so the first station over here does need to do that. Let's just connect these 2 over here, and you can start feeding into this station. If I copy you, are you still gonna be red? I'm gonna be really sad if you are. Oh my god, that's... for God's sake! Might as well place it fresh then. Okay, this second one over here is going to be for aluminum casings. And that's gonna get... oh my god. Not again. Hello, Future Walkie over here. Just in case you're following this as a tutorial, I'm going to be deleting these 8 constructors and replacing them with the alternate recipe for aluminum casings instead. If you have the alternate recipe, I recommend you do that as well. It's faster and uses less aluminum. You know what I need? I need a way to paint everything except the foundations. Okay, all of you guys are going to be making aluminum casings, and I know this is overkill. This is probably going to eat up all the aluminum that they're getting. But that's kind of the point, because if the other bases aren't using aluminum ingots and they're only using aluminum casings, then we might as well just divert all the aluminum ingots over here and use it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, finally, the most important output over here that we need, and that's going to need us to use the entirety of our brain by first deleting everything that we have already done. There's no way to play Satisfactory without doing that every 10 seconds, right? And the reason to delete everything that you've already done is because you were an absolute idiot who did not plan for everything. Who did not think about the alternate recipes that he has unlocked. So if you just come over here in the MAM, we are gonna have this amazing recipe called the Alclad Casing. Do you see how amazing it is? We're just gonna select this right now. Yeah, so if you just come over here and search for aluminum casing, right? It's basically twice as fast. It uses less aluminum, by the way, at the cost of copper. And I literally just set up an entire station down there to bring us copper, okay? I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to take some of the water down there to get pure copper ingots. Maybe that's gonna be in the future. There's also this cave over here that I want to exploit. Maybe there's a water body inside there that I can use. Who knows? Okay, anyway, back to the game. So instead of constructors, the thing that I just painted white, holy moly, I'm gonna use this blueprint. And this is also gonna be red, but it's gonna be less buildings to paint. So we're gonna need 2 of these, by the way. And the best thing is that both of them are gonna use the same materials. So let's just place one over here, and let's just place another one right here. And we're gonna place 2 splitters right about here. We'll worry about coloring it up later. And now for a trick from Factorio. You go down there. Hello, we're not gonna tell anyone about this bottom bit ever. You go there. And let's just cover this up. This never happened. Right about here. Let's feed this into the bottom one. Let me confirm because I think I might be hallucinating. Never mind, I'm right. These use copper and aluminum, and these also use copper and aluminum, and you can go up there. All right. Do I want to paint this white right now? Yes, I do. Now I could have just connected the output of this to that, but no. We're gonna feed them with a split line, both of them equally. So this way, whatever we're using more of gets produced more of. Okay, so the top one shall go there, while the bottom one needs to apparently dodge that. Then come here and go into that one. Now all we need to do is give you the aluminum and you should start working, hopefully. Let's just make sure that everything is working smoothly and fine. The right side is working perfectly fine now. Okay, these 4 did produce their stuff, but these ones did not. Oh, it's because they need 20 aluminum ingots. Holy moly! This is not enough. Now you might be asking, why are we only producing 360? And why are we keeping all of that area empty? Well, honestly, this is not really the final form of this base. Because of the way this ratio works between these refineries, I can only double this up. Or, you know, it can only be a multiple of these 5 refineries. And this is using 360 bauxite right now. The next multiple is going to be 720. But I don't have belts right now that can do 720. Wait a second. I do. What was the problem? Oh no, I don't have miners right now that can do 720. So this is all off of just a single mining node. And of course, we need the dimensional depots. So 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, they're not aligned. All 3 are not aligned. I am so sad. Guys, I am so... Holy moly. Okay, that is much better. However, I am gonna need to destroy all of you guys just one last time. Just so I can place my splitters over here. And then we need to connect you back. Great, so now the dimensional depots are gonna work as well. And all that's left now is for us to just add a locomotive over here. And of course, the 3 freight trains that are gonna come over here. We are gonna name you properly and send you off to Gare, I believe is the name of the station. Of course, we need to change this, and we're gonna be calling this Aluminium Factory. Aluminium Waterfall, actually. And everything should be loaded over here. Now, wherever we need aluminium, we just put down a station, place down the freight trains, and we should have our outputs. So the first one is ingots, the second one is sheets, and the third one is casing. So depending on what we want, we just place down the freight station for that. Nothing else. I'm gonna be honest, this is fairly simple once you understand this cycle over there. That's the only thing that creates a problem. Nothing else is problematic. The links for the blueprints, especially this one, as well as the constructor one that I deleted, right? And you should subscribe because I am really good at doing some horrible takes on this game apparently. Guys, you know what this means? This means I can start using these. What do they look like? What? Fives? Fours? They don't look like... There's not a lot of difference. Except maybe like they're more squished together. How am I ever gonna find out which ones I've upgraded and which ones I haven't? Holy crap, okay. Let's just upgrade all 3 of these for now, and we're gonna call it over here. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and goodbye. This is the part we don't talk about, the ugly, ugly spaghetti that we hide. He said as he came up with random stuff to keep people watching. I think that's it. I think that means I'm ready to make a project part or 2. Wait, am I? No. No. No, 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 no. No. Oh, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes. As long as I don't have to make aluminum solutions again, okay? As long as I don't have to use it outside of this loop. What else do we have? 1 second, I need to go somewhere. 1 second, we need to go somewhere, guys. Ow. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? Let's just die. That's also another way to get where we want to go. Where do we need to go? Sorry, my brain. Oh, we're literally where we need to go. This one. Radio control units. Like everything needs a radio control unit. I think that's what we should do next. And then we need to... I think we have our next job, which is going to be just making radio control units. All right. Sounds fun. Bye. That looks fugly from all the way up here.